Time for cross-country running now, and we go to the fairest Cape for the second African Cross-Country Championships, run under the auspices of the Confederation of African Athletics and organised by Athletics South Africa, with their Western Province officials excited to welcome athletes from all over the continent. This was a big occasion for local cross-country enthusiasts, as arguably the strongest in the world over the country arrived for this championship. The South African teams hoping to do as well as they did last year, but they're really up against it, with the Ethiopians and the Kenyans and the Eritreans and the Southern African countries up there. The Egyptians were there as well. The team set up their gazebos, and their managers and athletes were ready to welcome the whole of the continent under the beautiful Table Mountain. In Keurboom Park, in the middle of the city, they were there ready for the four events, the junior men and junior women's events, the senior men and senior, all in one day. And the grand parade with the military band from the Medical Corps, and at the start was Geraldine Pillay.
Welcome to the second edition of the CAA African Cross Country Championships. My name is Geraldine Pillay, and I'll be bringing you all the action from the Keurboom Park here in the Western Cape. 20 countries, 173 athletes competing today.
The officials from all around the continent. Of course, this year there are no world championships in cross country. They now happen every second year. So this, in a way, is a sort of a world championship, because the African countries dominate traditionally in the world champs, and they were very excited prior to the event to show just how good they were in cross country with no world championships this year. Ugandans from East Africa, the Ethiopians, and of course the Kenyans, and the beautiful, beautiful Table Mountain in the background. A lot of spectators piling into Keurboom Park to see what is going to be a world-class event.
I officially declare open the second Africa Cross Country Championship in Cape Town. Thank you very much.
And the officials from the CAA welcoming everybody. Big delegation from up in the continent. The South African, large team of South Africans. Everybody's seated there waiting for the action to start. It's a beautiful, beautiful venue.
Yes, all the action started at the Rondebosch Boys High School, and the runners, had a lap of 2 kilometers through the Keurboom Park, finishing at the Western Province Cricket Club grounds.
So the junior girls would run 3 of these laps, 6 kilometers. The first event on the card was the junior women's race over 6 kilometers, 3 laps.
Who's going to be your main rival today?
Well, it's the Kenyans, obviously, and the Ethiopians. Kenyans, Ethiopians, and Eritreans.
Okay. In terms of the team, what is your game plan, your strategy to get that silver or even the bronze again?
We just have to work as a team. Teamwork, it's going to bring us good results. Like the Kenyan coach we had, he always told us that we must just run as a team, shoulder to shoulder, kwa kwa kwa. That's what he used to tell us. and yeah, because he told us that these people are not three-legged. So they don't have 3 legs. We don't have to be scared of them. They're just humans as us. Just run and enjoy the race.
Okay, so I hope you go kwa 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 and run and get that silver medal, or even the gold. You must go for gold, okay?
We will try to. Thank you.
How has your preparation been going? Are you in good shape?
Yes, I'm in good shape. I'm expecting good results.
Is it? Okay, all of the best, and we'll be rooting for you guys.
Yes, thank you very much.
And in international cross-country running, the teams stand in those pens. Rather than just towing the line on the start line, it gives the teams a chance to get away. A big, wide start, flat across the rugby field. And this is specifically designed to give the athletes a chance to settle down with no crowding and no pushing, and allow the front runners to get away. And at the back of that first lap, as they go into the first lap, it looks like the South African team, Geraldine, is a little bit at the back of the field.
Yes, unfortunately so. We had a chat with them, and they were in high spirits. They won a bronze medal last year, and they came out here for the silver. And I don't know why they're not gunning for the gold, but they said they would like to win a silver medal at this championships today.
Well, they certainly were up against the best in the world, quite honestly, with the Ethiopians and the Kenyans. The Ethiopians have got the green vest and those red shorts.
Yes.
The Kenyans have got the black shorts, and it's that's perhaps the best way of looking. The South Africans in those green and gold colours,
Yes,
of course.
and also we have the only Iranian world champion we have in this race, and she's running in vest 201, and her name is Faith. She was the world champion at last year's cross-country world championships. And if you can see, they are all running in a pack. And I don't see the South Africans doing that. And you will see the last lap, the favorite to win the race will break away from everybody. And that is when they increase the speed.
Team running is all about cross-country, and the South Africans, they're running together. The Van Graan twins in the group, and the Ethiopians with their green vests and red shorts. And Geraldine Pillay was on hand to see what was happening at the end of the first lap.
The athletes are coming through to complete their first lap, which is approximately 2 kilometers. And what a nice surprise waiting for them, a big water puddle.
Well, of course, water, part and parcel of cross-country running. It needs to be tough out there. It's a very, very demanding sport. Water, soft sand, up hills, down hills, thick grass, soft grass. It was quite tough out there.
It was quite tough out there, and also they had to brave the wind, you know. As you can see, some of the runners are running barefoot, and I think it's because, you know, of the uphills and the downhills and the water and also the sand. And if you see the others who are running with shoes, it's specifically designed for cross-country so that the water does not, you know, I don't know, stay in their shoes or something like that, or even the sand. Yeah, if you can see, most of the South Africans, and also I asked the coach, and she said because they're so young, they prefer to run barefoot. It's easier for them. If they run with shoes, it's too heavy and it will, you know, slow down their times.
Running barefoot, it depends on the type of the course. If the course is safe, then you can run barefoot. And the juniors usually, they're not really into shoes, because for them is they feel that the shoes are heavy. But what we always do is to make sure that their feet is taped, it's covered, so that if there's any thorns or small stones, then they are protected. But they're not really into shoes. But it's quite healthy as well to run barefoot in any way. It makes your foot stronger.
Well, of course, Zola Budd in her heyday won the World Championships twice running barefoot through snow. So she must have feet of steel. But right now, it's all about Kenya and Ethiopia.
All the favorites are there. And if you can see, we only have 3 Kenyan runners now. 4 of them started this race and only 3 are in the race now. And unfortunately, they won't get the team prize.
Well, that's an interesting point, because 4 to count cross-country, very much a team sport. There are 6 Ethiopians in that pack, just 3 Kenyans. And if you've only got 3 runners in the team that are finishing, you will not get that team prize. And that is a big disappointment for them.
It is, because they're running a high risk, only sending 4 athletes. And I don't think if it was because of financial constraints that they have only sent 4 athletes to the championships.
Well, the Kenyans, Kipyegon, Tirop and Chep Kwemoye, the 3 of them. 201 is Faith Kipyegon, the tallest of those athletes in race number 201. The Ethiopians, Sora, Banata, Kajela, Teklezi. 5 of them in there. And the rivalry between these 2 countries is absolutely legendary.
It is. It's not just in cross country, you can see it on the track as well. So it would be nice to see that we'll have a mix on the podium, you know, part Kenyan, part Ethiopian, but we'll see.
Well, of course, the Kenyans would like to finish 1, 2 and 3. That's what they make a habit of doing. But those Ethiopians are not going to let them get away so easily.
No.
They're just going to get in there. And what happens is the one runner will take the pace, drag her teammate through, then drop back. All about team tactics. But you see how tough the country is there, up and down. And it's very, very taxing. That grass is soft, the sand is soft, and it makes you very, very tired. This is not as easy as it looks.
Yeah, the last lap is all about endurance and strength, because then it's where the athletes, like you've mentioned, you know, pick up the speed, and the ones who have strong legs can keep it up. As you can see, the Ethiopians are still there with the Kenyans, so that might intimidate the Kenyans, and let's hope they stick to, you know, to their game plan.
Well, the 6 kilometers race should last around about 18 or 19 minutes. Running just over 3 minutes a kilometre. And remember, these are junior women. Yes. They are young, but they're very, very speedy. Faith Kipyegon is the world champion on the track, the junior champion over 1,500 metres, running under 4 minutes 10 seconds. So she's got plenty of plenty of speed. The top South African at this stage, Luleka Dionki, back in around about 22nd position, and probably about a minute or minute and a half behind these athletes. There she goes.
Yes, it's a pity that, you know, I've also spoken to South African athletes about their game strategy, and it seemed to me like that they don't have any game strategy. They say they don't have enough training camps to, to plan sufficiently and efficiently for a championships like this.
Well, the South Africans doing very bravely at the back of this field. It is so tough running against these East Africans, and there are no other countries to cushion it. These are just all the Africans. One of the Van Graan sisters going there. That is 216. That's Ainsley Van Graan.
And we have Sylvia just passing. She's the team leader. And yeah, it's very difficult. We have the cream of the crop of African cross country here. And if you are doing well, then, you know, it's very, very good in terms of world class.
We'll talk about world class. I don't think there's any runner on the planet amongst the junior women that would be able to beat these girls, these East Africans. So it's not surprising they're so far ahead, but it is an absolutely fascinating contest up front between these two teams. It's wonderful to run and to watch these World Championships and just see how the tactics unfold. They wait, and it's all about sprinting at the end.
It's all about sprinting. There she goes. She's breaking away, and like you've mentioned, she does have the leg speed. She's a track runner as well, so she's got that speed, and unfortunately the rest cannot keep up.
Well, Faith Kipyegon, we expected her to be strong. Race number 201. Agnes Tirop is the second Kenyan, then Nancy Chepkwemoi. They're not too far behind her, but let's keep an eye on the reigning world champion in the junior division. She was 4th in 2010, 1st in 2011, and it looks like she's going to win the African Championships this year, which really, in a way, is the substitute for the World Championships. Look at that speed and the power after 6 grueling kilometers.
Yes, and she looks so relaxed. You know, there's no strain on the face, only a few drops of sweat, but, you know, coming into the home straight and taking it for Kenya.
Well, we'll see what she does in the future. Takes the win there, 1932. And it was just such a wonderful performance by her. Her teammates, Agnes Tirop and Nancy Chepkwemoi, there they are piling in behind her, just a few seconds, the three of them. Sadly, their fourth runner didn't make it across the finish line. And then it was Ethiopia, one by one. Sora, Banata, Kajela, Teklezi, and Halu, and Alema, 6 of them in a row.
Yes, it's just so unfortunate, you know, that Kenya unfortunately could not get the team prize as well, but they have a clean sweep, 1, 2, 3 on the podium for Kenya.
And the South Africans a little bit further back in the field, but that flag, don't these athletes love to parade at the stadium with their flags?
Yes, they do. They're so very proud. And also the coaches, you know, everybody. And this would set the tone for the rest of the teammates, you know, the junior men as well as the senior men and women that will follow up.
I was well prepared and our colleagues was well prepared.
How do you feel about the course and all the wet and water puddles?
It was bad, but we struggled. Yeah.
The course was not bad. Those barriers, the water and whatever, that is part of the cross country, because those are some of the things you'd expect in the countryside. You must cross over those barriers. So that's part of it.
Are you happy with the team's performance, the junior women?
Yeah, I'm very happy with the performance now that they have taken position 1, 2, 3. It's only unfortunate that we could not get the team victory because of an injury. One of the athletes was injured. Otherwise, we would have taken even the team title.
Okay, I'm sure they have set the tone for the rest of the team now, for the junior men and the senior men and women. And do you think that you will dominate all the categories today?
Definitely, they have set the mood and everybody is in high spirits. We are sure of getting more victories.
Thank you very much and all of the best.
Thank you.
Well, those high spirits, no doubt, being helped by the drummers sitting there, building up the atmosphere. 1, 2, and 3 for Kenya, Faith Kipyegon, Agnes Tirop, Nancy Chepkwemoi, and then 5 Ethiopians in a row. This is the African Cross Country Championships from Cape Town. We'll be back after this break.